Daniel, what's going on? Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. What's new, Daniel? Nothing yet. Just got here. What's going on, Raider? Oh, never mind. What's up, dude? Thought you were one of the goat raiders. What's going on? Ernie. Oh, man. Cute little stinker. Cute little feller. Nice to meet you. I'm Mark. Good afternoon, Gord. Like done. Nice. Got one like anyways. I need a like per fish. Typical fashion. Getting robbed. Uh-oh, I see hearts. Broken hearts. See tons of broken hearts flying. robbed again. Expensive fishing for these little things. They eat all my worms. Warm day, yeah. Nice sunny day. My mom's all settled in at her new location. Seems like she's doing all right the last 2 days. She's got some friends. There's like one lady that wheels around in a wheelchair talking to herself, and then there's this other one that follows her around all day talking to herself. And then mom's got made like 3 friends, and they all sit there talking, talking, and mom just sits there and listens to them. It's hilarious. But maybe she likes it because she's got some people to talk to and whatever, so maybe it's better there than at home. So that's cool. I think it was yesterday. Dad's like, "Oh, your son says hi," and she's like, "Yeah, I know. The 2 kids told me." She was giggling about it, and obviously there's no 2 kids there. So, kind of funny. So she seems all right today and everything. So they get to pick like 3 different meals. Every day they get like a menu of different meals, and so it's all right. The care's good. It was nice to see that she's settled in. It might have been harder on everyone than it was her. Yeah. I think socialization was needed because she was like, most of the time all she had was dad, and I think she pretty well drove him crazy, so now she has other people to talk with, and other people to talk with that are kind of on her level, you know. None of it really makes sense, so I guess 3 people talking gibberish is better than one person talking gibberish and one person not understanding. And it's sad, but it was rather humorous in a way too, seeing them all sit there talking about like different things at the same time. Oh, got a whopper. Just an absolute whopper. I don't figure I'll catch much anyways. Oh, it's a tiny little guy. Don't think I'll catch much. It's been pretty hot today, sunny. Kind of a crappy day for fishing. Nice out, but fish never bite when it's perfect weather, so. Yeah, they like their freedom when they have it. Hello, welcome to the chat. What's up, dude? Not too much, just fishing. Can't see the screen though. Yeah. How are you today? Oh, man. One time I get a good one. It's 6:08 p.m. 6:08 in the evening. Thank you very kindly. Thanks for dropping the like. I'm excited to go tomorrow and pick up my discus. Every Saturday I get some more. Gonna have a full house, I guess. Full house of discus. And they're relentless. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Sunfish are cute. Nice colors though. They are just about as pretty as the discus. Guess they're in the same family. Guess they're all cichlids. You think that? I don't know. I do, yeah, in general. I'd rather be married right now. As long as I could still go fishing and be in nature. I've had enough time to myself now. But yeah, I like peace and quiet. No, I put them back, the ones that I'm catching here. I don't really love eating fish. Certain kinds of fish I do, but I'm not big into it. I usually, if I catch anything good and there's someone here, I give it to them. That's how much worm I'm giving these guys, because they're just robbing me anyways. These little fish certainly don't let me eat my dinner. Such a pain in the butt because I don't want to pull my line out of the water just to eat dinner. I want to fish, but like they're just gonna steal my bait before I even have a bite. No problem. Thanks for always being here and stopping by and dropping a like. It's appreciated. So, you're always welcome. The wife likes peace and quiet at the end of the day. Well, you're lucky then. See you next time. Oh, come on. Give me a second. They're relentless. Courtney, what's going on? How are you today? Well, there's no worm on there. There's just a chunk of, some bait that broke off and floated to shore I threw on there, so maybe something will hit it, maybe not. Freaking imposter stick here. Schwark. Yeah. Tell you, this is like the best sauce ever. I don't know what it is, but it's the best sauce I ever had. What, this was a long weekend? Really? Oh, August 1st, long weekend. Oh, damn. Yeah, I guess I'm a loser. I don't have a clue what day it is when it comes for holidays. So you get an extra day off this week. Happy birthday. I think we could wish you a happy birthday. Are you pulling my leg? Sometimes I'm addicted to hot sauce. I don't know why. He's a fan. I got fans? I don't know. Happy birthday. Big one. I don't know. Yeah. I said happy birthday. Yeah, okay. Well, I hope he has a blessed day. Sports suck. I don't know why they don't give you chopsticks. I guess no one around here knows how to use chopsticks even, so maybe that's why. Maybe they have some, they just don't put them out. I prefer to eat with chopsticks like anything I can. I don't know why. I find it much more enjoyable to eat with chopsticks. Do you think chopsticks were like the first ever eating invention? Like, when did forks? Like, who invented the fork? And when? Because, like, the minute we started to cook on fires, it was probably poking at the meat with a stick, right? So I would think that, like, sticks would have been the first thing that was ever used to eat cooked food. They say you digest your food better too when you use chopsticks. Hello and welcome. What's the temperature there today? 113? Oh, you're having your dinner too? Or lunch? $114. Ugh. No. Wow. I wouldn't go outside. Oh, come on now. What's chicken toast? Damn. You cut up little tiny pieces of chicken and bake it into the bread. What's that other stuff you're eating down there? Grits? Who's the one eating grits? Hey, what are you doing here so early? You're not having coffee. What's going on? You're not usually here till like 2 a.m. In the afternoon or morning? Oh, at night. And you can't sleep. So what? Oh yeah, okay. So normally when you join, you're just waking up and having coffee. Oh, I see. You know what kind of sauce I don't like? Soy sauce. I have no use for that stuff. "3:26 p.m. in the afternoon. You never sleep. Why? This is not good. The body needs the rest. In Spanish? Is this a joke? Are you joking me? Am I about to believe this? You enjoy soy sauce? Weird. You're weird. So Courtney, was it you that's saying you like grits too? Or is that Shelly? It's great on rice? Ugh. Every time I go to this place, my portion gets bigger, which is good. You cook with it also? Nice little sushi. Ah, we got a sushi eater in the house. I'm always roasting people who eat raw fish. I think that's tomato. Oh no, my tomato. Good thing I got a clean blanket in here I just put down. I'm eating that. That's the best tasting sauce I ever had. I have no idea what it is. Liquid salt? Is that all that soy sauce really is? Is like, is it like Worcester sauce, or how do you say that? Declare yourself for the sushi. No, hey, I don't eat anything raw. I've eaten like raw fish, I've eaten raw pork, raw beef. What's up, Jamie? Anyone here ever eaten a seagull? Oh, Jamie, not you too. Not you too. Man, what is that sauce? It's almost like it's got a perfume in it of some sort, or a flower. Damn, that's got to be flowers in that sauce. There's nothing else it could be. It literally tastes like a rose. I don't think rosemary smells like roses, does it? Probably better. What the hell? It is, it's that sauce. I'm trying to fish. Well, sort of. Right now I'm trying not to fish, but You have not eaten a seagull beer. May the record show this. Hard Stone, what's going on? I'm sort of fishing. I'm trying to eat. There's too many little fish biting, so I've kind of quit. There's bait in the water, but you know, guys who don't want to hang around with the guy sitting in the truck talking to himself. Freaking hilarious. I'm from Ontario, Canada. Well, the view's nice enough. It's not like it's probably the least beautiful, and this is the least beautiful place in Ontario. That's like a matter of fact. But yeah, it's nice enough. But it's definitely the least beautiful area. I'd say my hometown's probably the most beautiful there is. Maybe a couple places can compare, but like it's not rocky here. It's shallow water, so there's no real nice fancy rocks but it's a lake, and you know, it's pretty well the closest lake to the city. Besides Lake Ontario. Shawn Mendes. Who the hell is that? Oh, Shawn Mendes. Come on, man. The stream's too calming for you? Maybe you should go and check it if the clown's live. There's a clown, and there's a guy who sits in his bathroom with the water running, humming and chanting. Scugog. Lake Simcoe's just north of here. That's where I live. But the internet sucks there. Unless you're out on the boat. You need octane. I have not heard of that place, no. Is it nice? Where is it? You know, I hate crickets, but that's the nicest cricket sound I've ever heard. the dog just had his breakfast. He's at home. We do our own thing. I don't let him in my Land Rover. He's got a trailer I put him in. A little enclosed trailer. He loves that thing. He's been doing road trips in it since he was a baby. Since 4 weeks old. But you can't turn the trailer around here. It's like there's nowhere to turn around at this spot. It's a dead end and there's nowhere to turn around. We go swimming at the pond. He goes swimming at the pond anyways, so. This time of day he's sitting in the air conditioning and eats his lunch and then naps out for a few hours. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. It's very much appreciated. I don't know, it might be healthier here than other places. Most of the time it's healthier here, I'd say. Oh. Any regular subscribers are pretty well used to this message every day. All day, all night, in the live streams, in the comments. It's just part of it here. Frickin' poor Papa Mark and old Elvin over there. Outside with no drama? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like anything else besides nature and animals. Everything else kind of seems like manufactured. And I don't know. I'm just a freaking weirdo, but I guess. But I really don't care about sports games or going places very much. I just like, well, I like to go places, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Guess the world's a whole lot simpler when you're actually in the world and not distracted by stuff. Thanks, right? Man, that's another monster. I think it's hopeless here without like a bass bait. Isn't that thing just a little darling? I'm gonna put you back like a proper fish. You're so cute. Wonder how long it takes them fish to grow up to a full size. Jamie, come on. I couldn't keep that. You mean bring it home? Bring it home as a pet? I'd have to deworm it and everything. Got a better life here anyways. Vin Diesel, you're hungry for a fish sandwich? I had fish last night and I didn't enjoy it. It was like all hell to get it down. Ugh. I only really like smoked whitefish. I like to nibble on some smoked whitefish, but or like a proper fish and chips is good. Troy, what's up? Yeah, I'm trying. There's nothing to catch here except for these little ones right now. I guess I could give up on this and try something else. Put my other rod back together. This line needs to be replaced though. I've snagged this thing and pulled on the line so much and, you know, all that. This line's crap now. Matthew, what's going on? What is happening? It's very hard because there's not much you can fish with from here. It's like top water, you're getting stuck in the weeds. Anything else and you're gonna lose it off a log and rocks. All out of my lunkers. was beat to crap. I lost most of it. So I stuck this on there. It don't work though. Ooh, would you look at there? Would you look at that? Fried catfish plate with tartar sauce? What is tartar sauce? I know what it is, but like, what do they make it of? No, but like, this fake bait here is the only thing that catches bass anymore. Like, for some reason, the bass won't eat a real worm anymore. Not here or at the pond. So I don't know what's going on with that, because I used to always be able to catch a bass with a worm. Oh, these little crawfish, they're too small. It's too small. Like, how dare they? There's been nothing but like quality control issues with even the best brands right now at tackle. How friggin' dare they? Look at that. What good is that? That's brand new. Frickin' eagle claw too. Frickin' American made. But look at that. It says it's a good old American brand, but it says it's made in China now. Made in China. And look what the hell's happening here. 4 times as much as they used to be. The steel shit. And they still got the gall to put their brand on it. Frickin' Trump needs to do what he needs to do and like do what he says and bring the industry home, because this is bullshit. Because honestly, the only good tools are tools that say made in the USA, and now they're kind of junk too. So it's like, even for tools, I like all the old tools, because the old tools are actually made in the USA, and they're actually the best there is. Not this phony crap. Fish are bad at being caught. China don't care? No, because we tell them we want something made cheaper than everywhere else, and they're like, sure, we can do that. You dummies. That's what they say. Like, sure, we can do that, you dummies. Of course we can do that. You want cheap? We'll give you cheap. They think the same. They're just like, you greedy bastards. Sure, make it. We'll make it cheap for you. But it's equally the fault of all these companies. Like, they're greedy. They could spend a little more, put a little less in their CEO's pockets, and have a good product, but they like to pass it on to the customer and then like complain about how high the price of everything is. It's like, well, the price wouldn't be high if you just buy a whole shit ton of it and produce a ton of it. It's greed. It's all a lie, man. Oh, this is expensive and that's expensive to get. It's like, yeah, because every company's CEO is like sitting at a mansion working 2 hours from a laptop and ain't doing shit. Well, like thousands of people under them are living off, like, for that one income, you could employ 500, 600 people yearly. The rich are a bunch of cockroaches. You know, it's always been that way. You're a bunch of cockroaches. That's what you are. Living off the back of the hard working man or whatever. It's the same story. And everyone needs their product and wouldn't live without their product, so they know they got you. They're like a bunch of frickin' crack dealers, and they know it. Yeah, the poor get poorer and sicker and sicker. More stress, more working in their toxic environments, more eating their toxic shit. I beg my pardon. Should watch my mouth when I'm live, right? It's all supposed to be fake on the internet. Sunshine and rainbows only. Yeah. They're a bunch of gypsies, really. They like to call us all peasants, so they're really a bunch of gypsies. Hiding behind private security and cameras and big fences. They're a bunch of cowards. Although I don't mind capitalism, I think it's a great thing that you can be in a country and work hard and get rich as hell, but I don't know, it seems like it's all monopolized now, and it's, you know, it's an illusion because there's only like 3 corporations that own all the car dealerships now. They own all manufacturing. They own all fertilizers and crops. They own everything. Every company. They've consolidated and strip mined every single company now. So, you know, capitalism turns to communism once it fails. It's the same thing. It's always socialism or capital, like communism or socialism, same thing. A failed capitalist state turns to a dictate, like oligarchs and well, they'll burn it. They're gonna burn it until the wheels come off. It's like a slow descent, manufactured crash that they slowly let it go. And when it goes, people come with torches, and now they have technology to get rid of the people easily, so they don't worry about it. They just hide behind their walls, and it's not like back in the day when people would show up with pitchforks. Now they'll just send 1,000 drones after your ass and you're done. But that's why I like fishing, and I like nature. Yeah, that's right, Troy. God forbid if we have to stop and think about the reality, though. It's like, yeah, Canada's beautiful. Lots of land. Very few big cities. Like, there's lots of cities, but not like you guys got. It's a lot of space to roam. It's beautiful in northern Ontario. Quebec, northern Quebec's absolutely gorgeous. I don't think much for the prairies. I don't like flat ground, but some people like it. BC's the prettiest place you could ever be. I mean, there's not a single place in the US that could, like, shake a stick at BC. Like, you could say, like, maybe Northern California or something, but not even close. There's probably like not really anywhere prettier in the world. Just pretty in a different way maybe, but between northern Ontario and the Great Lakes areas, Georgian Bay, Lake Huron, on our side where there's lots of rock, and say it's the prettiest along with BC. And I guess you got the Rocky Mountains in Alberta, and that's pretty nice. It's different, but Lake Tahoe is cute. Oregon's nice, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But you guys don't have the Great Lakes, right? Like, nowhere in the world has it. Like, really. Like, you guys have one side of some lakes, but you don't have the good side. It's like the Niagara Falls. You got the Niagara Falls, but you don't got the good side of the falls. It's like a whole different world on the other side of the lake. It's still beautiful. Like, I've been there and seen it. Lake Michigan and Erie and Superior, but the northern and eastern parts are a lot more rocky and beautiful. The escarpments and like we don't have, I don't know if we have any, I guess we have something like the Moab Desert and whatever. Places like that are pretty cool too. Like Colorado's freaking crazy. Like Utah's beautiful. And you guys got all sorts of different, like Florida's nice too, but I don't think anything's got anything on like Vancouver Island and the Queen Charlotte Islands. Yeah, Oregon's got big trees too, right? Big forests. Donut. Heard of it, never seen it though. I had a friend who's had a place on Lake Tahoe. Cascades. Yeah, Niagara Falls is pretty neat, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not as cool. I know smaller waterfalls that are way nicer. Although, it's always fascinated me, the size of it. Every year these dummies like jump off of there and do stupid stuff, eh? Like, still to this day. Or walk a tightrope or something. These people are nuts. I was using worms, but too many small fish on them. So I'm flipping a Lunker's fake worm. I think everybody on YouTube probably knows who Lunkers is. Last week someone was in the water. They're freaking crazy. I always hear crazy stories, like different people going out and getting pushed down the river, and oh my goodness. This is freaking scary stuff. No thanks. I don't care what kind of fame or money you'd give me, I wouldn't jump off that sucker. I think in the winter it doesn't flow as fast, but like, and the falls are a lot smaller. But people end up like going out and walking along the shore and slipping on ice and falling in or something. So in the winter people fall in too. I think more in the winter from upstream. So in Atlanta, do you think you'd survive a zombie apocalypse? He didn't mean to, but he did. I think when you're fishing, it's important to be chill and calm. Each kid needs to go fishing differently than the other. William, what's going on? You decide that? See somebody talking about harpooning fish. What are we harpooning? What did I miss here? No, I don't. I don't kiss fish. I do not. I've kissed a spoon before I put it down on the downrigger for salmon. But I think it's bad luck. Because, like, they're going to smell that. I don't know if they can smell it when you're trolling, but I think they can. I see. No, no harpooning anything here. Maybe up north in the Arctic. Level of water, yeah. They're not really flung back like frisbees, no. Sometimes they're given a toss, but not a throw. Most of the time they're put back nicely. Yeah. Excuse me. When I was a kid, there on the one lake behind the cottage, there was a little creek. And we'd walk up the creek and roll the stones over and put a dish behind the crayfish and then put your hand in front of it and it would swim backwards right into the dish or net. And then my uncle came back from BC from commercial fishing, and that summer he built a beautiful net, and we used to use that net like every year after that for dragging. And we get our crayfish, and then we go to the bass hole and catch bass like crazy with the crayfish. It's the best bait. Sometimes the little buggers crawl underneath rocks and you get stuck, but most of the time it's the best bait going. Utterly terrifying. Walking on a gross bottom? Some places it's nasty. I don't like sticking my hands in places that I can't see, so like, I don't know, like people like Hannah Braun or whatever and all these people that do noodling, they're crazy. But I guess if you're raised doing that, it's second nature. Yeah, stepping on old catfish in a muddy lake sucks too. Oh, I ate a raw octopus once. It's like lukewarm or something. I think they warm it up, but they don't boil it. And you eat it and it's half dead, half alive. So they're not really dead. And it was the most traumatizing thing I've ever eaten. And it almost killed me. It was like a half alive. It was alive, so I don't know, but it was warm. And it was covered in like yellow curry or something. Yeah, no octopus here. This is a freshwater lake. Like in the Gulf of Mexico, the worst thing you can encounter if you have to swim, if your boat's sinking or whatever, besides shark, it's the damn jellyfish, right? Absolute nightmare. These jellyfish. The ocean's treacherous. I love all the old maps of the ocean with the, you know, they kind of had like pictures of like a whale here and a octopus or jellyfish here and sharks here, and so they used to put warnings on the maps, right? Because like they didn't have computers and all these different bits of information. It was just like a big map with like warnings of different sea creatures, and you can love that. Not here, Matthew. They just get stuck in the weeds. So it's just like fake worm or worms, or like a topwater. Like a frog. Or a chugabug. You can't use anything like this because you just get stuck. Nothing like these. These is what you get stuck in your face. This brand right here, Repella, with them kind of hooks. So if you pull hard, this sucker goes like that, right? And it'll shoot right out of the water at you. Bzzz. Or it'll like come out of a fish's mouth and nail you right in the ear. Trust me, I've had it happen. And I've had it happen to friends too in the boat, pike fishing. Up on the Trent Canal, those work amazing for pike. Gummy worm. Oh yeah, it'd work for sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I used a sour key or something once, and it worked. I ran out of bait as a kid and used everything I could find because I wouldn't see my parents until it was nighttime. They'd come pick me up, come trailer the boat home for me, but I used to spend pretty much, if I didn't have a spot at the marina, I'd pretty much stay out until dark and then meet them at the boat launch and they'd pick me up. They were always good that way. Ever since I was really young, they always let me go out on the Great Lake myself, like real young. I'd go out by myself for hours, the whole day pretty well. But we always had a big boat, and since I was about 13, my dad would get me to dock the boat because I was better at it than anybody in the family. So pretty funny, actually. He'd scratch a new boat or something, and Mom would be like, well, just get your son to do it. Get out of the driver's seat. Hilarious. Yeah, after school, I never came home until, I don't know, like 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock. I never had a curfew at any age, unless I was grounded for something. Which there were times when I was grounded for long stints of time, but I wasn't allowed my dirt bike. But the best part about living up north 6 months of every year was, one, I'd get out of school early, and my parents, like, they didn't really think, for whatever reason, school was important. They have their own ideas about life and the world. So school was never something that was important. So it's kind of a bit backwards to most of my friends. And so there was no, unless I was grounded, but like as soon as we went north, my grounding would end. It didn't matter whether I was grounded for 3 weeks or what. As soon as I got up north, the grounding was over. No matter what I did wrong. And I had my own boat. So I was the only kid that had my own, full-size boat. And so I'd fish all day, and then I'd come to shore and I'd pick up a group of my friends. And we'd go out and get into mischief and fish like crazy. Yeah. Same, Courtney. Yeah. If I was on my horse, I'd come back a little earlier. If I got hurt or I was too tired, sometimes I'd just fall asleep and my horse would go home. I'd be on there, but I'd be totally passed out as a kid. So I always had like a horse that was like, well, a pony, like 14 hands high or something. And I used to always go riding. I'd go to this property that had a nice bass pond, and I'd get exhausted catching frogs. And sometimes I'd fall asleep on the horse on the way back. Besides, when I was at school and shit, I had an awesome life as a child. I had a lot of problems at school. And the local teachers used to hate my mom, so they used to take it out on me quite a bit. Ooh, avocados are good. Oh, lost it. It's a tiny one anyways, but there's a bass. I wasn't good in school because, I don't know, I was super, super smart. But I had a hell of a time spelling. I still do. I can read fine, but for whatever reason, I can't spell worth a shit. And, but everything else, like, I was smarter than everybody else. And so I couldn't follow very well. And so I struggled, teachers would get frustrated. And I'd be able to come up with the answer with my own, like math. I had my own math system. And it didn't make sense on paper, but it always had the right answer. Like, not always, but like a lot, like really good. And they'd be like, well, how'd you do it? And I'd be like, oh, you do this, this, and this. And they'd be like, what the hell? That's not what we taught you. And I'd be like, well, here's the answer, and it's the same as everyone else's answer. But fail. Because I couldn't write the answer the way they wanted it. But I had my own system. And so I was a bit of a weirdo when it came to like a bit of touch of genius with a touch of stupid, I guess. And then they said it was ADHD or whatever, but it was like, nah, I couldn't focus because I didn't want to sit in a chair because I was so used to being like a free range kid, right? And spoiled because, you know, I had my own dirt bike, my own horse, my own boat. And like, so like eventually by like grade 5, it was like I was getting in trouble. And they didn't put me in a proper school. Like I should have been put in like a better school. And they kept me with the rest of the kids. And then years later, like a teacher that was like super hard on me, I seen him at a fair, and he said, damn, I worried about you for years. All the time I worried about you. He's like, I want you to know that they made me do this and they made me do that. He's like, but damn it, he's like, you had the answers, and he's like, and you were right. And he's like, and you could outsmart me. And he like begged me to forgive him for like having to fail me, because he knew that I was smarter than the other kids. But he had a job, and the principal or whatever and the board of education, they wanted things done a certain way. But like I always felt, still to this day, feel bad for him because he was a bit of an asshole to me, but I always knew that he really liked me, and like he truly meant well, but had to make tough calls. And I always feel bad because he like, you could tell he like, generally he never wanted to do what he had to do, or but school was shit for me. It was hell. I hated it. It caused me serious depression as a child. I was scared to go to the school after a while because I knew I'd just get in trouble for something. And when my parents, they didn't have educations, but they became wealthy. And so they didn't think school was important. And whenever they helped me with my homework, I'd fail because they didn't know how to do it. So it was like that whole part of childhood really sucked. But everything else was freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I really miss the old days, long story short, when like you didn't have to worry about your kids out and about. Like nowadays, as a parent, I'd probably be worried sick all the friggin' time. Yeah, because if you're not average, you get stuck in a curriculum and you have to like do it this way. And like, even like verbally when they'd ask questions, I could answer a question and like, as if you're even in like grade 2 and 3, I could answer a question with like an adult answer, and they would get so mad about it because they're like, no, you're not supposed to talk that way, or you're not supposed to understand that. I wasn't being like rude or bad language because I was raised in a Christian home, so I didn't learn anything bad. But like, I had adult answers. And they're like, whoa, 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 this isn't what we're trying to teach the rest of the class here. So my answers were always a problem. Because I was too freaking smart for the curriculum. And they didn't know how to handle me. So I really fell through the cracks. Should have been put in a private school like right away, but my parents didn't know exactly what was going on because I wasn't totally telling my parents what was going on either. So yeah, but the world hates thinkers. This is true, but the elite hate people who are thinkers. And the school system's designed to bring you up in an average way in those days to get you to go to an average job. You know, they wanted factory workers, and they don't want free thinkers. They want people who they can control and teach a certain method and place you in a certain placement. And if you don't fit, like if you're like a triangle and they're trying to fit you into a square box, you know, then you're set aside or labeled. But I'll tell you, this province really fucked up when it came to me. Pardon my language, but did they ever screw up? Oh, no. Every single time, right around that spot, I'll get like a good bump. Something will take it and go right under that frickin' rock or log that's out there. And that wasn't a snag. Damn. Wonder if it's a little bugger again. Oh, right on it again. I don't know, it frickin' takes my line every time. You see the line just go shh. Same snag though. You had a crazy hippie take you under your wing. Let me go back here. Stop telling lies to yourself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I moved in with some crazy hippies when I was, I don't know, young. I won't discuss it here, but yeah, like when I had troubles at home because of all this school crap, I ended up working at like these hippies, and they had sailboats, and they had greenhouses, and I learned all that stuff. And that's why I love sailboats now, and I like to grow anything, and but I learned different skills. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, it's a little dinker. Freaking little bugger. Take care, Shelly. Thank you. Want to be called later? I don't know. Yeah, I think if you have an extremely like confusing and difficult start, you end up with a very interesting and experiences later in life. I think if you don't kill yourself with like liquor or drugs or whatever it may be because of like past stuff, and you mature and you learn to forgive all this shit, you can really become like really special person, I think. Probably the best of people, because you're sensitive to others' feelings, because you understand how the world can be, so you can relate to people, you can help people, you know the exact moment when to help people, you know what works and what doesn't work. Experience is everything. And sadly, sometimes the world needs people who have experienced difficulties. Because, like, who else is going to be around to help people when they need it if there's not relatable people in the world? That's what the youngest years of my life looked like right there. Rowing a tin boat, or an old plywood boat my grandpa made me. Hope he doesn't mind, he's getting famous. Well, I always ended up spending my life sticking up for the underdog when I knew something was right or wrong, like, or if something was wrong, or if there was an underdog, man, that was the first person I'd put myself behind or beside. Still to this day, I'll almost always pick the underdog in any situation. That's who I'd choose to invest my time and energy on. Takes a huge toll, Gord. A lot of times you waste your time on people. Sometimes it works out. And if, like, I always figured if you could save 1 out of 10, even if it cost you everything, that one person was worth it. Because I'm that one person that someone helped, so I know that it's possible. And that life is precious. All life. Oh. Come on. That was a big one. I could tell. Should have just let him run with it. Just like Troy taught me. If Troy was here, he'd be pissed right now. He'd be like, you don't listen? Damn it, you don't know how to fish? This is a deep stream. It can get deep around here. Before I got put on this crazy idea of YouTube, I wanted to start a place downtown where people could come in and talk about anything, and not to a counselor. Like, I don't talk at you like I'm a counselor, right? Just talk to you. Doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a lawyer, a bum on the street, a Buddhist, a Christian, didn't matter. That's what I wanted to do. I don't have the money to pay the rent, but sometimes some people just need to hear someone else's story too. And maybe they can reflect on their own lives and make little changes here or there, or appreciate certain things. Well, it's different when, like, you go to therapy, you pay someone, right? They don't give a shit about you, man. Half the time they're full of shit, and they're coming at it from a psychiatric point of view, which is like they're trained to manipulate you into a certain way of thinking, but the psychiatric book changes every 10 years. It gets updated. Maybe every 5. I'm not sure. I think it's 10. They rewrite the whole freaking book on how to, like, deal with people every 10 years. So it's like people are talking at you. They're not talking with you. And, like, most times people just need someone to talk to, not be, like, told that they need to do this, or that. And you got to pay them. So you know they don't give a shit right off the bat. It's like, that's a profession, that's a job, they're taking money from you. So, like, the smartest people that are struggling are not going to trust that immediately. It's going to put up a red flag as soon as you got to pay someone to, like, talk to you, right? Mm-hmm. So it's only like, and only wealthy people can afford to buy themselves a friend, but that's a shitty thing, man. I've seen it fail for a lot of people, going and paying all these different people to lie to them. I know that you can have a 5-minute conversation with a stranger and it can change your whole entire life forever, for the best. It's the interesting people that we meet along our lifelong journey that make the big difference in our lives. It's random people who are outside the box, who aren't judging us, who don't know jack shit about us, but except for what we are to them in that moment. People who can see our true nature. Sometimes, like, I see people like me too, but I see them on a subway. I see the look in their eye. I see them passing by in a car. And every once in a while you'll meet and talk to somebody. But generally, the large amount of people, they don't give a shit. They're busy with their own lives. It's like when people ask you, how's your day? Like when you go to a variety store or wherever, they're like, how's your day today? You're just like, oh, it's great. If you told them, oh, well, you know, this happened, that, they don't give a shit. They don't care. But I find like when you're in public or whatever, it is important to be kind to people and friendly because like you don't know what kind of day these people are having. They might be having a good day, but like their mom might have just died. They might be like just trapped on drugs and realize that they're stuck. They might have lost their girlfriend that day, and you know, young guys are stupid and they want to die, and when stuff like that happens. So it's like, if you're an asshole to everyone in public all the time, you could really send somebody right over the edge, right? I often wonder about the trolls on YouTube too. Some of the trolls. Sometimes it's like I want to like yell at them or be rude to them, but at the same time it's like, damn, maybe they're at their last straw in life or something. Maybe I could push them over the edge. Sometimes I just kind of stand my ground a bit with them, or I'll be like a bit of an asshole if I feel them coming on to me in like a certain way, even like last night. And what usually happens if I do that, I'll put them put them in a place. They'll end up staying the whole entire chat. But if I had just like reacted overly like a certain way or blocked them or whatever, like I would say 1 out of every 10 trolls, again, 1 out of 10, once you push back at them a little bit, they end up staying the whole time. They subscribe, they come back every time like a normal person. Sometimes they're around for like a week or two, and then they'll go like a little schizo, and then they'll be back and they'll be completely fine for a month. And then you'll see they have a little break and they say or do something stupid. But like the majority of them come around. Countryside. What the hell is the chat talking about? Something personal, I guess. Life. Look, if I can tell someone in chat needs to talk about something, I'll just take the lead and put my own personal life on the line and talk about it. And if they like to continue to share their story, I'm totally good with that. If it helps someone, and that's what we're doing here. That's the purpose of being here tonight. You're making me mentally sick. Well, if you can't handle your emotions, man, step out of the fire. Takes a real man to be vulnerable in front of people. No one wants fake, man. That's why I hate AI. I'm like anti-AI because like the whole idea of it just drives me nuts. It's the same as relationships. I don't want a fake relationship. I want a real one or I want nothing at all. I want a real friend or I don't want any at all. I'm a good friend to myself, and I know I can be a good friend to other people. And I don't have a ton of friends anymore because of life circumstances or my own choice. But the friends I do have are, you know, I'd give my life for them or I'd do anything to help them. And I believe it's the same way for me, so. Hello, Becky. This little cutie coming here, eh? I've seen this bird every day of its life pretty well. Not every day, but I've seen it like at least 3 times a week since it was born. You just hanging out, are you? Coming up for a little visit? Want to come up for a little visit? Just chilling. Just hanging out. Coming up for a visit? Coming in. Coming up. Thinking about it. No. Damn. Shouldn't have pointed the camera at it. Not scared, are you? Not very scared, are you? Oh, sorry about that. Scared her off. What's up, Keno? Well, that's what's going on. I wondered why it tucked tail and ran. I thought it was because I waved my hand, but hello, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good.
It's a way to fish, eh? Right from your I love it. It's a good reach on Brad.
Yeah. Looks like he's having some fun tonight.
Yeah. I think he lives right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live up the way a bit, so I can hear him out there. It's a good.
Great Pyrenees, eh?
Yeah.
Mix,
Something.
a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure what something. Something. He's shedding.
Oh yeah. My shepherd's crazy right now. It's like coming out in clumps. But it's been hot the last few weeks, so it really got it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, have a blessed night. Oh, duck bread? Yeah, bread's not good for fish or ducks. They like flies and little bugs and fish and little bits of like weed and duckweed and a little bit of grass. They love eating grass. And damn, bread ain't good for nobody. Unless it's like, I don't know, whole grain. They say the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. Everyone used to feed, like, they'd like catch minnows and then they'd feed the minnows bread and then they'd wonder why the next day the minnows were all dead. And then they go and catch more minnows the next year and feed them bread and wonder again why the next day the minnows were all dead. And as a kid, I kind of always laughed at my cousins who continuously did that year in, year out. But they wouldn't listen. Have you ever eaten duckweed or duck bread where you just like wet wet bread with water and eat it. Damn, that was like one of the worst internet challenges I've ever done. But I had like Bavarian bread, like, and I added water to it, and oh my God, it was the worst. I was like, oh, this is gonna be nothing. Water and bread, like, I've eaten a sandwich and drank water before. There's nothing to it. What's the difference? It is really bad. Yeah, right? That'd be the best. Non-GMO. Whole grain. Although, like, my favorite thing in the world is to wake up to... Well, if we're talking about smells, I'd say the lake and a two-stroke motor. But besides that, it would be coffee and fresh bread. Fresh baked white bread. There's nothing that makes a house smell like a home than that. Never do. Rule number one. Yeah. Or the time I ate, I don't know, what was it? Tablespoon. Oh, put a tablespoon, like, I don't know, it was like heaping, like probably like 3 tablespoons, but of coffee, like coffee in your mouth. Oh my God. I held it for about 3 seconds and boom, it like hit my frickin' brain. It was so strong. I almost had a heart attack from it. I'm not sure if I deleted that video off my channel or not, but damn, man. Not only did it taste bad, it really freaking hit me. It was an instant rush and like overdose of caffeine. And I was sick that night, man, bad. I think that same night I ate like, oh yeah, I had that coffee and then I think I did raw garlic. Just with nothing, just eat the garlic. Oh no, not for the views. It was to help make my friend's channel views better. But some of the videos that I made and sent in ended up on my channel when I started my channel. But my first videos were like challenges. For a friend's views, yeah. To participate in another channel with a lot of fun. A lot of people did it, so we all had a lot of fun. No, it's not rained. It's not gonna rain either. It's just a blue. It's a blue day. Some contrails. Look at all that goose poop. That's a load of goose poop. Sun's somewhere over there. Oh yeah, Shannon's friend in the hospital. I think most of our days here was good. Feel a lot worse now. Uh-oh. Oh, chickens. Chickens and geese. Well, there's nothing worse than geese. Geese, ducks, and swans. They're about the dirtiest thing. They're beautiful to have, but damn, are they nasty. They wreck their water so fast. Always crapping in their water and making a mess. They love that, though. I'm gonna try a few casts over here, and then I'm gonna call her a day. Maybe too hot today. Yeah, right. Well, that's the first time I caught a sunfish on one of these. That's crazy. Snagged him too. Not sure that's the fish that originally bit. Might have been a bystander that got snagged there. That's it. Guess that's it tonight. Getting that one back. Oh, wait. Just the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go. Tonight she didn't go. Looks like you're the only one that made it. You can hear the crickets. Okay, good night, guys. I'll close the live stream here and get going home. I got things to set up. Mama Snoop, hello. Shannon, thanks for being here. Hope your friend gets better. Thanks to the lurkers for lurking. Good night, good night. I gotta get back to the fish room and get ready for tomorrow. So I'm gonna cut it early before it's dark here. The last couple times I came here, it's been no fish, but the days have been too hot, I think. Plus, it's been fished pretty heavily here the last few weeks. I'll have to wait for some new fishies to swim in, I guess. So we'll see you later on, or we might not see it. I don't know what I've decided, whether I'm just gonna do my work and go to bed or what, but I might check in a little bit. But I won't be up late tonight, that's for sure. So thanks to anyone who's watched, subscribed, or liked. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time.